Cloud9 have never beaten G2 in VCT Americas. It has never happened, but right now they are looking about as beatable as you could expect this team to get. And they've decided to take the 100 Thieves comp on Corrode and try and run it back against G2, who are on a bizarre mix of agents. No scan initiator, BabyBay's on the ISO. What is going on?
Yeah, so bear in mind, we have to set the stage of this map with the context of G2's first time playing Corrode in Kickoff. It was a pick into 100 Thieves, and it went horribly wrong. They got one round on attack against the comp that C9 have ripped from 100 Thieves. They are just trying to repeat history. Because of G2's loss, though, they've changed their comp, going with a double duelist, no Yoru, BabyBay ISO, no scan initiator on Corrode, just Sky. This is crazy. We'll have to see what they have in store for us.
And Oxy is playing Vito.
Oh, all right. Well, Jaws just sent to the spectator screen real quick. Penny on the primary duelist has been picking that up. You know, when Oxy was on that break for the last, bit of time, Demon 1 stepping in, playing more of the Sentinel, picking up more of the Chamber, but let's see if Leaf, tucked in this corner, is going to get sniffed out.
I've got a feeling that Leaf could sort of be up, but Leaf actually decides to expose himself and ends up being just the 1-for-1. Here's an undercut. Speculative thrown out by BabyBay, but he is marked up and forced to double back. It's a double tap now. So ideally, give him a bit of durability because all of C9 are starting to swarm over this site. Yeah, it's BabyBay on the swing, but Oxy a little bit too good. The double tap shield doesn't do squat for BabyB.
Yeah, he's completely overwhelmed before Valen can get anywhere near the action on the long rotate that you have to make for this map. It's just so big. Now Celsius, little engagement with Valen. Doesn't want to overcommit. Nice little tap.
He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, 20 HP for the G2 IGL, and feels like no hope of taking this round. Ooh, unless Trent has something to say about it.
Not bad, he's got in. Valen is very, very low after that brief exchange, and Zeppa, he's waiting for him. Trent, low as it gets here, they would win out against Celsius now in the 1 versus 2, but he's down to 10. Can't be healing himself. Doesn't have the time to work with either. I think after the last outing for G2, they struggled in a lot of areas, but we are going to be looking at Jorgamo in this series. We are going to be looking, now that he's being set up in so many of these maps on this waylay, can he make use of the resources he's being offered by this comp to make things happen?
Jaw's not been up to his standard of play so far in Kickoff. He's one of the best duelists we have in the region. But we know he can turn that around in an instant. Definitely needs to in this game, or G2, the America's juggernaut team of 2025, will be going to the lowest bracket of the 3.
Flashing jaw over the top. Oh, cut to the quick by Penny. Trent here, suppressed after being hindered as far as we can tell. It's going to be Zeppa on the walk up though, and BabyBay is done. Leaf and Valen through mid, the last 2 left, but Oxy is equipped to deal with both of them.
Yeah, just wants to make his way over to his teammates. They've been trading things out well so far to nullify that kind of classic A-main aggro play that the defenders will take with the dash, throwing out the undercut, some kind of flash, etc.
Just great staggering there for Oxy behind the front 2. As he had eyes for Link.
Oxy would love to get another kill here, just 1 away from the evolution on round 2 if he finds it.
Valen here can't do too much with Pro. Obviously a buy next here for G2. C9 are going to be more than intact following into the bonus. Again, G2 try and get some action started up here over towards A main. It's Jaw that is flashed in. Unfortunately, Cloud9 seemed more than ready for it.
Now, just looking at these comps, I feel like G2 are, perhaps fortunate to start on this defense side, because when it gets to attack, think about being in BabyBay's shoes, playing ISO in the double duelist, having to get into these sites against a Sage and a Vito. That's going to be...
You have no dash mobility whatsoever.
So tough. Like, that's the side I'm really concerned about for this G2 comp. They're going to need to rack up rounds here on defense, I feel, to be able to take this map. First buy round now. Penny has the Bucky.
Looks like an extra Phantom also bought up on the side of C9. Reasonable weaponry for this bonus. A quick peek there for BabyBay. Keeps Penny honest.
Now that shield is a good way to deal with the Bucky. Having to commit a shot to breaking it, you're basically dead no matter what, as the one with the shotgun. Jaw caught out in mid. Beautiful shot, though.
Just a straight walk up. Nothing overly fancy about it. Here's Vic looking to potentially test the site now. Baby with eyes in his direction, and look, the pullback here, top mid.
There's been a push all the way out through B from Leaf, so G2 are fully committing to holding this A site.
C9 are going to be surrounded. And that wall doesn't really hang out long enough. Baby knows just to spray it on down. And now with 57 seconds, we're going to go for the plan B option across mid. But Leaf has got just a weapon for it here. Can he connect the shots? Oh, you better believe it! A tiny three-piece, and he's Penny all on his lonesome. And he'll be felled easily enough.
Looked like that was going about as wrong as it could have possibly gone for Leaf, but then just hits the perfect adjustment on the latter half of the spray.
How, yeah, George is walking up, smoke comes down. Oh, it's pretty clean from that range, I've got to say. Good looks from Leaf.
Yep. Almost hit that full copy paste, the bullets 1 through 10, but then actually bullets 11 through 20 were all good, so no worries.
All right, so that's G2 on the board now, heading into the full buy for C9. Gotta mention that Vito Ultimate getting pretty close. It's one orb away now as Joe looks to dash heavily over towards the B side. Zeppa, far enough away though. G2 won't be able to extract anything of value yet.
Jaw going to be able to get a heal top mid, but wow, this is just fast pace from C9 trying to catch someone. Stun is great. Jaw in trouble.
Jaw flattened here. Trent going to be marked out. It's dangerous, and here comes Vic. Descends up the top of mid.
Spike down mid.
Finds himself the 3, and Valen's on the wrong side of the map to intervene.
What a sick combination of some util there from C9. Getting in first with Saturate. Penny dashes up, spots them out, gets away, and then off that info, Vic just drops a stun onto Trent, so Jaw ends up being isolated, no one to swing and help him out in the fight.
I feel like it's the Hort timing right alongside the dash from the Waylay that really messed them up. And then obviously, you know, Penny's able to throw a Saturate as he backs away.
I just love the pace that C9 had there, executing that entire play up mid. It was just so rapid after the quick little fight in B main that Jaw took off the jump. And
their comp doesn't really feature any flashes of note, but it does have a lot of highly disruptive utility that is relatively straightforward to deploy.
See if Valen has the opportunity for any exits. No, just going to hold on to that Phantom. G2 have more than enough money to get into this next round. Leaf has a Viper's Pit to play with. See if he opts to just try to deploy that early to lock down one of the choke points.
Here it is from C9's perspective. That double tap is just...
And there are those G2 players that are just isolated in that corner because of the util that came down also from Vic, you know, getting the stun, and that was super well played.
So 3 attack side rounds for the double Sentinel comp on Corrode. A good start for C9. Winning the pistol certainly didn't hurt.
So Leaf is opting to just use that pit right away to control B main. In the meantime, Baby Bay is pushed out of that A connector, a little bit prodding towards mid. Orb allows Oxy to get the evolution activated. Now, they could go back to B and try to work through the pit if they really want to. You know, Zeppa could send in a Prowler, spot out Leaf, and then Penny could use the convergent paths to get him hindered. That could definitely be a way to get the Viper out of that pit, or they could just try to ignore it entirely.
Plenty of room to accelerate, though, with this C9 setup. Now, does Valen take the risk to get this early info to buy time at this A main choke? Looks like it's pretty arbitrary use of util right now. Baby Bay down. Zelsa's able to get in there, and now the convergent paths are in play. So it's going to be pretty quick moves for C9 over towards his A side. Prowler in.
G2 have got a couple players here, though, at the moment. 3 from C9. Vic on a lurk through mid. Apprehensive to try and plant the spike right now. All of G2 maneuvering over towards the A side. Now dashing for Penny across to the box. He is in some serious danger.
No Sage Wall for the site. That's actually been thrown at Link, and Link's never had a chance to get back in because the late backstab from Vic.
Yeah, he was biding his time in mid. Res now in main. G2 trying to get active.
Jaw's able to deal with Celsius. Penny hitting him briefly, but back in the game, and Oxy returns the favor after being rezzed. That's an important momentum builder round right there. That's G2's economy dashed again.
How nice is that from Penny? The dash across, breaks the crosshairs and then also, you know, allows for the plant to go down at the same time. I thought he was a goner though in this fight with Valen, but the fact that he gets the trade, is able to escape.
Nice! Let's go,
Maybe
boys. Let's go.
they
Let's go.
punished by shooting the double tap orb there instead of the next player to swing. You know, mate. Sometimes it's not about playing aim labs, unfortunately. Timeout for G2.
That was a super nice round. Yeah, G2 definitely forced into the timeout right now. I think they're already in a dangerous position. I don't want to overreact, but I think when they saw this C9 comp pop up in this at the beginning of the game, they were a little bit worried. It's not what you want to see when you're running this ISO Sky double duelist that has no teleport from a Yoru. It's going to be tough on the side swap too, man.
You're going to deal with the usual slew of problems that you have going up against the double sentinel comp when you're the attacker. It's compounded by a lack of scan util and obviously pretty limited mobility on one of your duelists. Not a great sight. Now, you know, John QT coping a little bit, talked about their Sky comp, I think on Breeze right at the start of kickoff, and said, we feel like we can get some info. I feel like there is some scan-esque util via the Trailblazer, but yeah, it's going to be awkward, I feel.
Funny enough, C9 with a team, I think the only team last year that came out with a Sky comp on this map, where they were trying to flash out of smokes on defense a lot, taking a lot of mid-fights. It was very good on defense, but then it was struggling on attack.
All right, G2 need to get it together and quick. Bit of a force up.
Last eco round, they went for a very aggro early play in A main, but not going to be the case here. They are posted up though. 2 players facing.
Valen tried to get a bit creative, but Prowler sees straight through the ruse.
Yeah, has to give that up. Had Baby Bay facing behind him as well, but yeah, after being spotted by the Prowler, he has got to get out of there. C9 want to work mid, all 5 players right now.
There's a Trailblazer re-clear of Liquid. Are they going to be ready for this? Penny tries to deploy that Saturate and Jaw. Nothing he can do. Oxy more than happy to continue to live the duelist life while on this veto. So the sight and caught with his melee in hand, but Leaf now might be stuck here. Spray down through the corner of the masonry, mostly does him in.
Almost got a 2-for-1. He brought Zelsis down like 20 HP, something like that. Penny needs some help, but that wall.
Okay, timing's okay. At least these trades are being secured. At least Valen on his own, caught inside the C's. Plenty of time bought for C9 to get set up, and they've got the player, Zephyr, wrapping around a tower. He'll be waiting for Valen to show himself.
With that last kill, Zephyr's going to have the Nightfall for this next round. That wall that Baby Bay threw out was pretty sick to deny anyone from being able to trade effectively. Yeah, it was a cool little piece of util, but I mean, ultimately.
Maybe it was a little bit too far to the right because it doesn't stop the trade entirely in the end.
And ultimately, there's just still such a weapon advantage.
Yeah, that wall. I mean, I think it's still fine with that.
Nice! Good round, Benny. Good slow. Good slow.
I like the acceleration that C9 have in these mid rounds, where they're just hitting the go button, using the dash. Wow, early this time.
Okay.
Penny's straight up mid, Jaw picking up for the op for the first time on defense here. So that's something that would have been discussed in the timeout.
We'll point out that Penny's now able to get up over towards A-Link solo here. And that is going to keep these 3 G2 players very, very curious about what's coming their way.
We'll see if there's any rotate from G2 off this A side after the Trailblazer sees nothing in A main, and yeah, there will be.
Yeah, Baby Bay might be pushing out of main here.
Yeah, especially with him there, but this noise from Penny is drawing the Sky back. Have attention towards A, and Leaf is just caught completely in the open with the wall drop, free B site.
Triple face, and Baby Bay also not able to dig Penny out of this position. Now it's free real estate for Penny, whatever he can get there. It's going to go a long way for C9, who are looking for their 6, and they have a player advantage.
He sells the fake and gets the 1-for-1. Penny just plays that situation to perfection. This is another great attacking round from C9. Even if things get dangerous, they still got the Nightfall from Zephyr. There it is.
All right, Oxy. Through the smoke. Speculation gets a timing on Trent after being knocked pretty low. But he's done his job now. Valen has to push this smoke, and Oxy was waiting for him too. Shorty at the ready. Speaking of which, Jorgamo is out of there.
Yeah, he has no choice but to save with the op. No opportunity in that round to use it, and actually he is in some danger. He's got to expect that someone could have been attempting to flank out mid already.
That's his quick scoping. Ooh, not too shabby, I must say. All right, light speeding away to get a bit more distance between him and Oxy. And Cloud9 economically booming, so happy to chase this weapon down if they can.
All right, but he will be safe. Sick round there from C9. First time they've really tried to sell a fake. They've just been going as a 5-man pack on a lot of these rounds. So the first one where they mix in just a straight up 1-man, Penny is faking towards A. G2 buy. It was in a moment where you saw them leaving the site, by the way, because they Trailblazer re-clear main. Penny could not have done that at a better time to just keep all 3 players on that site.
And it's expensive. Penny has to, use a fair bit of util to actually get into mid to threaten that potential A presence. But it has the intended effect. Op, though, maintained by Jaw. It's the only weapon of note in this round 8 for G2.
C9 without ults at the moment. They're just going for this straight up B hit.
We're going for it. Penny over the top. It's going to be Leaf hiding inside a Poison Orb on the site. And he's able to spot Penny out first. Only just, though. Delsa's having to spray on in there, and Trent wants to try and hold this line, but against these weapons, it could be too much. Kill contract. It's going to be Zeppa. Oh, okay. Still got it. And look completely unfazed by that exchange.
Yeah, with the Sheriff, that's crazy.
He can't recover the weapon, though. That's the issue for Baby Bay. He's finally got it now, though. Phantom to hand. Double tap it. Makes your model wider around those corners. Gives Zelsas an early warning. And Jordan just needs to dig them out. Second round, this op has to find some value. Ah, it's a tough ask, isn't it?
I mean, Zelsas swapping to the Bucky close range. That's devious. I mean, respect to Baby Bay for going for the kill contract with a Sheriff and winning.
And winning it.
That's definitely plus
like
aura,
that.
but they still lose the round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nice try from Leaf, but that's really just a one and done. He's going to get sprayed down. It was a fair effort from Trent and Elbow as well. He got the 1 kill, got a dink.
He's good round, baby.
But again, like playing those close corners with the double tap shield on is tough.
The C9 team, they are on point. They're finding so many first bloods.
With a flashless comp, by the way.
Yep, and this might be another first blood.
You've got to check this.
Help. Wow, he gets it.
Once again, though, Zelsas is there with a spray down in response. Nice little tuck there from Baby Bay. It's a slight off angle that gives him the jump on Oxy.
And Vic was just stuck there in main, presumably. Goes down. All right, Baby Bay taking over.
Yep, let him finish the round now. That's a nice look. He's going to get him on his feet.
And that's the result, honestly, of getting the confidence from winning the kill contract with the Sheriff in this round. Just goes beast mode.
Yeah, the fire rate not exactly sparking joy off that Odin.
What? Yeah, it was the vulnerability. I think he touched the snake bite, so still just enough damage.
Let's go! Condom.
That's right. Okay, that was an in-joke that's being shared in the in-game chat before this match in lobby. So I don't really have the context for you there, guys. Sorry.
Dre is trying to fulfill his role from last year when he joined this team that they spoke about, for plenty of hours, which is that he's getting them hyped up. He's giving it. It's the Dre narrative. Yeah. Getting them back in the game mentally. Penny in trouble, but Frax.
Zelsa's caught out. This time it's not him getting a spray through the smoke, but the other way around. Trent with the re-clears. He's too rather close. Now has to prepare himself. Okay, Zeke is thrown out. This is going to slow them up a little bit more. Another kill contract for Baby Bay after that 4-piece. And now Oxy, he's able to fight him down through that double tap. Still, though, things not looking so great for C9. Penny's kept them afloat, but the spike is loose out in front of them. There is room past this Poison Orb to recover it, but it expires, and so does C9.
Nice couple kills from Valen to close that out. Even though Baby Bay lost that one, Trent was just fast to watch the body there. This was a good hold. The ults from G2 came in pretty fast. One of the more decisive rounds I think we've had from them as far as the putting some aggression into that hold goes. And honestly, I do already feel like that's a little bit off the back of Baby Bay winning that last round and getting their heads back in the game, getting them hyped up.
Just want to point out, Cloud9 getting to sit on their timeouts here. Save them. Yeah, this might have been a round for one of those, but clearly, Imi confident that the playbook is on lock.
Concealment.
Has been so far. Zelsas is calling a good attack half. Everyone from C9 working through main. They've got a res to work with.
That's true, my goodness, okay. Joe's going to get out of there. They got a little bit close and personal with Penny.
Oh, man. Baby Bay's sending out that wall, but he can't get in. He's just slowed.
Yeah, and again, how's he supposed to break through these chokes? It's going to take Valen's heroics to give him a way in. Now we can try and fight, but the Sage Wall's in his way. His double chap shield's been busted. just showed him his back. Big mistake. Penny's into the site, sure, to be unleashed, but against 3. The round's going to slow down now, and they'll be waiting with a double face setup. Jump peek into an op line, dangerous, he's legged, and that'll be that.
Suddenly G2 are playing with some passion in the server.
So the Dre narrative is getting beaten to death, but
it looks real here, man. It looks real.
I like this little pop-up from Valen behind that guiding line. So it's Sky from Trent getting some value here with these defensive moments.
Nice, let's go.
It's just them deciding again to meet C9 in the choke. Actually fight them, actually collapse onto them. Even though they were getting slowed, Baby Bay couldn't get in from the connector. They never eased up on C9. And it looks like now they just want to go for an aggro mid play, keep this momentum going. Just keep suffocating C9 on these rounds.
No smoke up mid yet. That to C9 is going to be a bit of a tell. It's like no mid smoke from either side. Such a weird little standoff we have now. There's the first Nebula activated, and Jaw was ahead of it. Nice little pocket there to catch Oxy out. There is a res here for Zelsis, but not the safest of plays, and Vic follows him. We've been asking to see Jaw turn up a little bit more, make it more interesting, and Baby Bay with the contingency is going to run him down.
Completely different team. Actually, who are these guys? We did not see them in the first 7 rounds.
Oh, he's feeling it now.
I mean, it's the actual narrative, man. He has completely turned this half around for the team. It started with him getting the 4K. He suddenly got them all hyped up, and they played with way more fire on all of those, whatever, last 4 rounds in a row than they did for 8. All of these, they were just collapsing onto C9 at every moment.
Bro cannot be serious. He's like, man, I'm 30. I can't give a straight face. All right, folks, 7-5 at the half. It's G2 who string together 4 very important defense side rounds. Now, they're going to have to go on the attack side against this double Senti comp that has caused them problems in the past. Stay tuned, keep it locked. We'll see you for the second half of Corrode.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I like to think at this point we've kind of cottoned on to what people like here at the VCT Americas. We're going to give you G2. We're going to give you some uncertainty, some doubt, some slapstick comedy. That's crazy. Okay, well,
They don't like that.
that is crazy. All right, and we're going to give you the Baby Bay narrative. He goes, clutches a 4K round, stands up, starts pointing, and the rest of his team all of a sudden lock in.
We had conversations going into our G2 games this weekend.
Literally saying, don't do this.
We don't want to beat that narrative into the ground anymore. It's all we talked about with G2 in Stage 2 last year. Baby Bay joins the team. He starts yelling. They get excited. He changed the mentality. But it's happening right now. It's happening in real time, man.
Just like a Michael Bay movie, it's the explosions that matter more than the story, right? We're just going to keep it real for you. Here's this A hit that says good call for G2 as C9 opted to stack mid and nowhere to be seen.
Yep, no easing on the pace from the second half. They take the A site in 20 seconds max. Trent has the spike down. Full 5-on-5 retake. Did G2 try to push for some additional space? Doesn't seem like it, but the dual star fighting forward. All right.
Okay.
Why not, man? Why not?
Nice little forward line. Jaw ready to play second fiddle with the frenzy if Cloud9 get too frisky. Okay, Sage Wall. Tough, obviously, to deal with on the pistol rounds, but Jordan does not care. Hi, guys. Still here, by the way. Just with a bit of a vantage point. And he gets no action anyway. Okay. Dre with 3. And we're off to the races with a flawless in our second half.
If things continue at this pace, we are going to eventually need that C9 time from IMI that we did not get in the first half because C9 were cooking until rounds 9 through 12, but these guys might need a reset if G2 are going to continue to play like this.
One enemy remaining.
Side note, I finally think I've managed to read his playmap. I think it says Asuka. Just for those that are borrowing that narrative.
On map 4.
Yeah.
4 maps of G2, you figured
No, he
it
keeps
out.
covering the katakana with his hand. Ender will know.
G2, back to the well. What if we just go away with a Viper wall up? Time to dash through. This time C9 a little bit faster to rotate over, but with not the ideal weaponry. So, wow, it looks like the exact same round.
Like I told
Deja vu.
you,
They're in the same spots.
it's less about the story, more about the violence.
Oh, Baby Bay wants to get even more oh, no, never mind. This time they want to go hunting for kills.
Who can know the inscrutable mind of G2 here on full display. And yeah, the Bucky's getting some work. Dusted off. C9 hit the showers again for round 14. Are you 6-7ing me, or what is this?
This
what
is, I mean, I'm just... This is, I've never seen a game that looks like one team is so dissimilar to how they were playing earlier. Yeah. This is crazy. All these rounds they're playing at suddenly max out confidence, full pace. They're just sending it. The vibes are back. All right, C9, they got their first gun round here. If they lose this, timeout, timeout, timeout. I need to see it. The Jaw has the Bucky again.
I mean, I guess maybe the theory is you've now got all the util you need. You've got to set up. Oxy has to cross-cut to get on out, but he takes a bit of damage doing so.
Double TP to get out of there.
This pace might be too much for C9. It looks like they've had some discomfort in the last couple of rounds, but Baby Bay, well, he's picked off an A. That was the solo A player.
Yeah, and now that they have actual guns, they have enough money for abilities, we are seeing them stall out that G2 hit.
Jump peak to mid, sound made though, and Trent knows there's a player in his close proximity.
Oh, timing. Zelsus not fast enough.
I mean, that's information asymmetry at its best. Top mid might see a split here with an activation of Leaf sitting inside B main. Penny's going to have to be ready for it. Doesn't want to take the fight. Dangerous! I mean, maybe there's just a gap in his idea of how the round is supposed to look, but he just showed some leg.
Oh, Oxy trying to get out, but he can't. Yep, 2-man save time. Oh, no. Yeah, that's just a lapse in judgment from Penny. There shouldn't be any reason to believe that main is safe.
It's like, is he aware that the wall is opened up? I guess he, you know, maybe he had an idea that it hadn't been shot to pieces yet, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a moment where he's feeling so much pressure from Connector that he's just trying to back off. And I mean, it's just a small mistake that he makes, but
they can't even trade that.
For
they can't even trade that kill is the worst part. There is another player inside the B side, but they're just not ready for it.
Credit to Trent, too, for getting that timing up mid, just straight goes through the smoke, able to get that pick on Zelsus. Yeah. That opened the round back up for G2 after we saw the C9 util and comp working as intended to totally stall their hit on B.
So yeah, that's how this moment went down. Yeah, I mean...
That Trent moment was super big. And unfortunately, Penny just a little bit too far on that one.
Big punish. Leaf gets the other player there
Surely we're going to be going into a timeout right now. Surely we're headed to a timeout. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dre obviously looking directly at Penny there across the stage. All right. So one round in, but G2 have now found their way into the lead in this game. Cloud9's composition, it's designed to give them a smoother road to victory, especially if they have the second half on defense. Now, winning the pistol, that matters a lot. But they got that gun round, and it felt like even with this Sentinel comp, this double Senti comp that's designed to slow down these fast hits, punish these overextensions, struggles to deal with the pace, and it's Trent that just finds a really nice organic timing up mid that lets them go for that split play in the end.
By the way, Baby Bay just at 17-9 right now. We're finally after... I thought we were going to see Baby Bay on Duelist last year when G2 were already qualified for Champions just for fun. We never got to see it, but now this year, getting some Baby Bay on his original role back with FaZe, and he's still got it.
Part of
He's
that
definitely still got
conversation might just be like where Leaf feels more comfortable. You know, we've seen Baby Bay play plenty of Viper. He used to play Vice on this map as well. G2's deciding though to empower him, put some more tools in his hands. And so far, I'm not complaining, especially in a brief period of time where Jorgamo has just not been able to take over games. Despite the fact that these comps look tailor-made to supply him with all of the util to make space and do his thing.
C9 right now, they are definitely losing the mental battle in this game hard with this string of round wins that G2 are on.
I mean, this contingency up mid is something that C9 cannot do on the attack side.
And they are relentless, G2. Relentless. They're so active on the map.
Vic doesn't even bother playing in mid-window. Spots Baby Bay a bit. God, I mean...
He's just got a classic.
Oh, he can just go wherever he wants. Yeah, at this point, you're Roxy, and you are worried about the backstab. You've got a couple players over towards main, but that Viper wall makes it a bit odd. There's going to be an engagement over there soon, and Zeppa deals with Leaf. Valen doesn't want to overextend into this. Would like to be able to dole out the controlling util for a little bit longer, but Penny will deny him that chance.
Wow, and Baby Bay was caught. He took that timing all the way into spawn, but Vic saw him, so Oxy just patiently re-clears. That gun can be recovered. Zelsis is in trouble all alone, and yeah, Trent deals with him.
Okay, there's still something to this round. So right, Vic's able to back away.
They need to calm down here for a second
down
and play together. They have Penny in a great position coming through main. These guys that are doubled up need to make some noise for him, unless Penny just gets a free kill right now.
I mean, the Sage Wall is awkward for Penny in this instance, but it's going to clear at just the right time.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Well, perhaps D2 putting a little bit too much faith in their opponent's wall. Now it's up to Trent. Winnable situation, but dangerous. Double swung, shot through the box. He's dead before he sees his foe.
And they're much needed, a desperately needed round for C9 out of that timeout to be able to win on an eco specifically, or not, you know, not a pure eco, but a lower buy round. They can take a deep breath after that the game has not gotten completely out of their hands. Their economy is going to be in a solid spot. And it's a confidence booster to just win with the worst weapons that they needed.
The cosmic balance also restored for Penny in that same part of the map that he ran into a held angle.
Yeah. All right. Now, G2, still a ton of cash, obviously. Full buy. They
Kill
can hit a
contracts
site
as well.
and, yeah, just rip that kill contract onto someone. You know, if they force like a refract or the teleport away from the VO, that's an easy grab.
Yeah. But they do need to play around some of that mobility here. They cannot just rip it straight away.
Try to get into this B side. They're going to get slowed by Zelsis. Kill contract does get one.
All right. Oh, wow, this is huge. He's got the Astra. Vic. Oh, man. The guy's sharper. I mean, we've been seeing him at challenges. We know. Okay. Jordo's able to push up and punish it as Vic returns to this plane.
I've got your
And G2 are pretty far forward here. Oh, maybe you're asking for a little too much without an actual player to trade off him.
It was a great saturate, but he was just too fast on the peak.
Dangerous here for Valen's got to hold his nerve. Can he get out in time? The answer's no. And here comes Oxy under Evolution. Leaf on the side, Trent tucked close. Can they get a crossfire going here? Potentially, they don't need it though. They just don't check. And now I know where Zelsis is on the move. Leaf claps him.
Easy for Leaf to clean that up. Again, it's a small mistake from C9. We're beginning to see them add up, those tiny little errors. They were able to exploit that aggro play from Jaw. The fact that Vic kind of mind games Baby Bay in that kill contract with the slow walk forward to actually go 1-for-1 is huge.
Let's go!
You can see the temptation to want to push as far off of that B side as you can. Unfortunately, you end up pushing the 3 players, and that saturate that hits just doesn't get you anything.
C9 know they had that round in their grasp, and it slipped through their fingers, and now Jaw, convergent paths, maybe ready to go on A if there was an aggro play coming. But
yeah, waiting for contact.
Yeah, not going to be the case.
There is a chokehold there in this A main choke. Okay, there's a dog up mid. Trent might just heard him calling audibly. Wait a couple of seconds for me to clear this.
C's is good. They use his comp, but
yeah, that double tap might expire before he has a chance to use it. They're trying to get going, trying to accelerate in. Okay. The spike is so far ahead, though. Leaf is down already. Now Jorgamo going to have to think twice about this. Convergent paths might still have a use case in this round, and yeah, he's going to let it go. Oxy on the side, waiting for the swing out. This point, there's no flash to accompany it because of the comp. At least Trent doesn't guiding light it. And he's down by Penny, leaves Valen in elbow. Spotted out by Penny, and that is valuable info. Now he'll sit and wait and bide his time. Or knocking the IGL out.
That's an awkward round from G2. They had 2 players towards mid, the trio working up A main slowly, but then the mid players rotated back to A main, so they were really disconnected from the pack here, and that's when Oxy just peeks out with Zeppa. They get that first kill, and G2 just kind of end up slowly trickling into the site because those guys were delayed. Felt like they just didn't have the numbers to actually brute force their way through the site. They didn't have their Sky with them for any flashes.
It looked like there was a timing issue with Baby Bay getting caught in that C's and wanting to throw a contingency down for Jaw, perhaps, or use his double tap.
Anyhow, fast conversion pass through mid from Penny. That's going to catch Baby Bay out in the open.
Penny, that's pretty telegraphed to him. He knows that ISO has just been contingencying and walking up behind it. That's an easy pickup.
Slowing things down for a second. He was trying to get through the smoke. Oxy not ready for that one.
You've got to be snappy if you're going to get the better of this guy. A side is open for G2.
Great Nightfall. That connects onto 3 players, and Zelsa's great awareness there.
Okay, there is a Viper's Pit now, of course, that's extended onto this ace side, but that's about to disappear. Leave. Take it out. Trent's having to dodge away for that saturate. Penny might be realizing it's not a great opportunity to come forward. It's all on Trent now, and he'll be run down.
Zelsa's heats up on that round. Crucial moment there where he's able to pick off Valen, who's that lone late lurk that G2 have set bottom mid. So they no longer have to worry about that flank. They can just rush forward together. Huge moment.
3 players through a link can take the trades in.
And then he finds that trade in link. Big round from the IGL.
Let's go, baby. Go.
I mean, hasn't been fragging out crazy in this run for C9 Kickoff so far. This is the 5th game that they've played. But as far as his supportive play, it's been solid, and a lot of those attack side rounds that they were winning, I thought his calling was good, so he's, I feel, making up for it in other ways.
Well, Valen said he thought that Zelsa's added that extra layer of stability to what C9 can offer. And I think they might be starting to believe this map is winnable.
Aggro down mid again, Baby Bay. That shield broken immediately, and a lot of damage done until the heal comes through.
Joy is deep, he's already got through elbow here, but Vic on a timing! Yeah, the weaponry really not favoring G2, and Vic gets a 3-piece.
Look at that damage from C9. Zelsis in the link supporting Vic. They don't even bother with elbow. Sure, whatever, Jaw. Have fun over there with your Bucky. They're setting him up. Doesn't matter. They're just going to stuff the rest of the players that got in from main.
This is getting dangerous now. This double sentinel can see how it's starting to choke this game out. A lot of stall util. Just moments like that, Vic just pushing off the line. Everyone milling around in A main. It's another round where G2 just aren't able to accelerate into A, with the exception of Jaw, who got into elbow, sure, but he was very isolated.
Now we are headed into the timeout. It does feel like things, yeah, as you're saying, they're beginning to go the way speculated, looking at the compositions, just how the game would naturally operate here. Looks like Leaf wants to pick up the Odin. First one we're seeing in this game, I think. I mean,
no, one in the first half. He got hit with the saturate. Leaf had it.
Oh yeah, he did have it. He's the only one who's had it, but listen, I'm used to seeing a whole lot of that.
No, far cry from what we saw earlier.
Really speaks to how effective these changes on Corrode were. That this is, I think, the second Odin bot maybe.
Say that, but Brock is still doing it, as evidenced in that earlier matchup today. So obviously Corrode, Cloud9's map pick. We're off to bind next. So you don't definitely want to snap this up. We're still curious to see what their bind is supposed to resemble. We know what G2 are doing there. It's just had some iffy results.
All right, let's see on this attack side what G2 have for us with the Seekers. Trent, the one ult for the team right now. Push down mid again from C9, 3 rounds in a row.
This time though, G2 aren't trying to make that ISO walk up behind the shield. Maybe something a bit more delayed. Flash powered, perhaps. Here they go. It was Trent that set them up with the guiding light, and Jorgamo's able to get pretty deep down mid here. But Ops to let Baby the forerunner.
Yeah, a couple of these rounds, they've tried to insert Baby pretty deep up mid. He's gotten very exploratory. Do C9 attempt to re-clear this, or do they just hold with this like triple face that they have in Link?
Both extremities are so passive right now.
Yeah, that B main is walled off from C9. Is this a straight-up refight? Well, okay, Penny is in. He's getting some info, that's for sure.
I guess that's some form of scan util almost. Just use your damn eyes. In we go.
Yeah, C9 set up more of a crossfire here with mid now. Oxy, oh, perfect timing.
Goes to swing just as those cabbages are getting close, and here's a Leaf waiting to fight Zeppa.
Risk from Zeppa. That was a delayed trade and a crucial shot.
Got a hunch that Valorant is sat back there, but don't have the time to wait him out now at risk of being pinched. He goes down here. Zeppa is going to be fuming. Nicely handled. Really great composure under these conditions, and now there's enough time for the rest of his team to start working his A main as well.
Yeah, all gathering up there. Trent wanted to take the space towards that mid connector, wants to make a play, catch them off at a weird angle.
Res?
Yeah, for Vic.
Off the Astra, she has divide.
G2 have a crossfire set up. Not anymore. Jaws cut off.
Joel's going to have to push through this, I think, at some point of some kind of arbitrary timing. And Trent! What? Massive three-piece. G2 here, showing signs of life. And they're going to make it interesting. One round in the game.
Trent has been a hero for this team in their past match, and now into this one again. That keeps them alive. That round should have been over. C9 able to gather up with the numbers in main, cut off Jaw. He's in a hinder. He can't even swing out to take a timing to help.
No, bro, he's literally
That's insane.
He's a cheerleader.
Nice, let's go!
Jeez, that is a huge, that is a round out of nowhere.
Cloud9, enough still for the full buy. Again, working mid early. Penny just walking down from top mid, but doesn't want to go too aggro on this one, not pushing too deep.
Okay. They're going to have to give up that link line. Jaw just gets on out. Penny does much the same. Jaw back in for a second as Baby is taking a fight if he can. Double tap keeps him alive long enough at least, but for a trade off of Vic, who's done so well despite being hindered up.
It just dialed with the crosshair placement for that one tap. What a crucial kill to find. G2 have been dispersed, sent over towards A main. They don't want to keep refighting mid. C9 are trying to funnel them to one of these extremities. And they're ready for that. They already have the two players rotated off B, a B which has main walled, and now they're going to be able to retake on this A site, 2 from mid connector, 2 from back site.
This Viper Wall's going to keep C9 out of elbow for a bit as well.
Actually, Penny is wrapping all the way around to A main, so a little more disconnected.
Fallon's watching for it. That Nebula is something that has to be respected and nicely done for Valen. I feel like we might be seeing an even game here.
Spike planted.
Nova Pulse not connecting. Trent a little bit too far forward. A slight variation in plant location. To account for that, and he gets out. Here is where the Odin gets a little bit oppressive. Chokehold removed. Time, spray, and pray. Step up and sit down. All right, Valen did fall there, but it's on Zelsis now with the classic. Still shielding the bundle in the current year. He's gonna have to fight into 2, and he knows he's cooked. Gonna walk away, save some face, and maybe a weapon.
Yeah, time to just get out of there with the rifle. C9 can put together a meager buy on the next round, I think so. Crucial to just have another gun in the mix.
Damn, this map has just got real good. Bit of a slow start for G2, but they're alive and kicking now.
Both of these teams seem to have such a read on the little flanks that are coming through. They're always catching each other.
Vic's so clean with it. I like how he just sits back in that off angle. So nice.
That moment from Valen was so important, though. Reading the flank from Penny, just opting to go solo all the way through main.
Well, those C9 timeouts. Certainly getting mileage out of them now.
Yeah, just gotta see how much do they want to commit to this buy. Go all in here? Because, well, yeah, I guess it's good enough. It's only Zeppa with a weaker weapon. Armors aren't, ideal across the board, but that's fine. They can get pretty much everything they need. Zeppa's actually, looks like he wants to go with the Stinger. Full armor instead. Yeah. It's just, trying to figure out what he wants to do there. Now we've seen C9 just push down mid so hard on these rounds. They want to be able to funnel G2 into having to really just push through one of the chokes where they're going to get stuffed by all of that Sentinel util that they can throw at them. But it feels like that just hasn't been the case over on A, and G2 have been mostly ignoring the B setup.
Around this kill contract, maybe just makes sense to just hit a site in numbers, pull that one of two players off. An A stack here for C9? That would be mighty interesting. Doxy's just doubling back, just threw some util down, so he'll be late, but he'll be there.
Here.
All right, going to be a fast, slow orb down mid. How aggro does Penny really want to get? Not very, but they're at least threatening that they could be pushing down. Everyone from G2 posted up over on A. They have to deal with the veto, deal with the evolution.
And, yeah, with the chokehold as well. Well, there's Oxy. I want to fight him right now. Wrap well.
It's you and
No
me.
one caught inside. Here's that kill contract, and it is going to be Zeppa inside. Oxy's going to have to find his own 2 feet for the time being, and there it is. Nicely done. Baby Bay, quick look at another monitor to see what's happening outside of that pocket dimension. And the news is good.
Oxy is just overrun by the numbers on site as well. Dash through front. Penny wants to isolate a fight with John, wins it out.
All right, now they're in, conditionally speaking, but the spike is headed out instead. Through mid over towards this B side, unless there's something to give G2 a reason to save it. Oh my God! How does Penny win that out? That's the Odin down. And now there's some uncertainty for G2. Where is the B player, if at all?
Penny has gotten the ult as well because of that. Trent, when he plants, will have the Seekers. I'm just looking at Zelsis as well for the heal, when that might be able to help Penny because he is on some low HP. All of C9 grouped up towards A in case there was the re-hit coming there. Not going to be the case. Often is the case with G2. They're leaving Valen as that lone player for a late backstab.
These are very enlightening Seekers, Wyatt. Look at the pathing they're taking. This really tells G2 everything.
Heal finally does come back for Penny to get up to full HP. This ult is going to have to convert massive value.
Trent up in tower. Baby Bay's position. Can he get involved? Oh, the timing!
That's insane.
Baby Bay, what does he do from here on out? Spike planted for him around the corner. He knows there's a tighter player to watch it. Valen for 2. Is there more where that came from? No chance for Penny. No touch. And G2 notch another one.
How much more does Penny have to do in that round for C9? Well, 4K.
One more kill.
Yeah, I guess one more, but someone else help? Any help? He's at 22 right now. He gets the ult in that round, the initial dash, gets the kill on Jaw, 14 HP, insane kill on Leaf. That timing was crazy. I mean, mental round.
Valen 2's
Still not enough.
What is that? Let's go. Let's go.
Man, from elation in the first half for Imi to despair as G2 have gotten control of the game. Still a buy up for C9 and an early kill for Oxy. Penny out of there, gets the info, spots out 3.
You can jump awfully wide when you can just TP out, but Baby Bay is actually downed on that A side. Not an auspicious start for G2 on a round that would secure them. C9's map pick.
Yeah, Oxy just posted up on main right now as G2 go for the long rotate over towards that side of the map, looking like they want to leave Valen again as that lone player down mid.
They've got all that waylay util still. So it might end up being a fast hit behind a guiding light to get into yard.
Now look at the 2 agents that C9 have on A though. It's that Sage, but lacking util. So it's just Zelsis with a stinger.
Yep.
Not ideal for this situation.
Oxy has the crosscut to get back behind the wall. Yeah, he's going to pop that now. So I assume it's going to be Zelsis getting on out of here. And he does, slowly, but he does get out. Going to hold a double face-off angle. With that disruptor in play. It's now expired. Doan looks like that was timed pretty well. In goes the waylay. G2 have side control. C9 have been very tentative here. They need to buy a bit of time, I think, for backup, but now the confirmation is in. It's an A plant. So very quickly, the rest need to come across from that B side. Big saturate. And that's a 3-on-2 favoring G2 for the map now.
They get so proactive before these C9 rotates can come. The map is just so big. Right, Penny and Vic not there in time, and now they have to win out of 2 versus 3.
Perfect. Can't ask for much more than that. It's going to be all on Vic and Jaw. What a time to come alive in the last round. And Imi's gambit has failed. C9 go for the sneaky Corrode, but G2 have been workshopping the map. They've been in the lab. They come out with a bizarre, frankly, looking composition, and they play to their strengths.